Salute and welcome to Wild Country Daily Entertainment. Now, earlier today, there was a guy by the name of Derek Colella. He was supposed to be in federal court today. He had charges of sending a fake ransom note to the Guthrie family, and he had other charges too from stealing thousands of dollars. He got 5 years probation allegedly and has to go to a rehab allegedly. Now, I'm going to tell you what was said. Like I said, there was a couple people there filming it, independent journalists. Well, one of them was an independent journalist, in my opinion. The rest are clowns. But anyhow, they were out there filming Derek Colella. His name's probably in here somewhere. Yeah, Derek Colella. He's 42-year-old resident. Like I said, he allegedly wrote a fake ransom note to the Guthries, and now he's facing up to 2 years in prison and $250,000 fine after pleading guilty. So now let's go on into the article and see what they're saying. Okay, The Guardian. They say a California man is facing up to 2 years in prison or a $250,000 fine after pleading guilty to sending Nancy Guthrie's family a phony ransom note. Federal authorities, they say, announced on Thursday. They say Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, was last seen on January 31st at her residence outside Tucson, Arizona. They say inside the home, authorities observed her cell phone. They also observed medication and other basic essentials. They say law enforcement officers also found drops of her blood near the porch, which we all know this. It's been 5 months in the making, and still no new leads, still no new information, just the same old information that we've been going on. Blood on the mat. Her bed was all messed up, taken out of the darkness of night. Cell phone, her Apple Watch, and a couple other things. They have a detail of the porch guy on the porch, but nothing inside the house. There had to be something for the Adult Protective Service to come out and leave a card in the door. It was around the first week of her missing, somebody noticed a Adult Protection Service card in the door. Now, something had to happen for them to do that. So there must have been foul play, unless that was orchestrated too, to make it look like it was in foul emotions. To maybe that was stage 2. To make us think that something happened. Because everything else that's coming out, it's not up to par, or it's no, there's no new details, or no, that couldn't have happened. They haven't handed out any flyers, only a couple of the streamers. There's no flyers on a billboard or nothing like that. So it makes you wonder, is Derek Colella, is he the fallout person? Since they don't have nobody to pin it on, is he going to be the fallout person? That we'll have to wait and see. Or is he going to snitch people out? Because he pleaded not guilty in the beginning. Now, today, he pleaded guilty. Now, that's only a couple things to keep in mind. Why would you plead guilty if you're not guilty? Well, one, either they found out more information and he wants to get his sentence reduced. Two, he wants to snitch people out. Three, maybe he's not guilty, but they're trying to pin it on him. So instead of getting all these years, why not just say you're guilty to try and get your sentence reduced? I don't know. As you can tell, I haven't been arrested. I haven't done jail time. I haven't done prison time. So, with the law and that, yeah, I'm all new to that. I mean, I know a little bit, but not a lot. Anyhow, they go on to say, after KOLD, a CBS affiliate in Tucson, reported that it had received a ransom demand with a Bitcoin wallet address. They say the Guthrie family posted a video on February 4th, imploring Nancy's abductors to contact them. They go on to say, Derek Colella, a 42-year-old resident of Hawthorne, a neighborhood in the greater Los Angeles area, had followed details of Guthrie's disappearance on TV, according to a February complaint filed with the Arizona District Court. They say shortly after the family's public plea, Colella obtained the number of Nancy's daughter, Annie Guthrie, and her son-in-law, Tommaso Cioni, and sent each a text. Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction, per court documents. They go on to say law enforcement officials tracked down an email address with Colella's name that was registered to the number behind the text. Which that there is stupid. If you're going to do something like that, don't put the email in your name. How dumb is that? I guess he's not a smart criminal. Anyhow, they go on to say the text messages are unrelated to the ransom demand that KOLD received. According to federal authorities, allegedly, Colella was seeking to gain information about the investigation. They say the FBI continues to investigate extortion notes that may be legitimate related to Guthrie's disappearance. They say the agency announced on Wednesday Colella is scheduled to be sentenced on September 10th. So, what are your guys' theory on this? Do you think he's guilty or not guilty? If you think he's guilty, why do you think he's guilty? Just because a couple of the independent journalists on YouTube are saying that he may be guilty? Or just because a couple of the independent journalists threw out theories without proof, without fact checking the proof? Or do you think he's not guilty? And if you think he's not guilty, why do you think he's not guilty? Do you think there's other people involved? How many other people do you think are involved? Let me know in the comment section below. Peace.